So you're Ip Man? So you're the best fighter in China. You Isa. Okay, let's deal. Seems to me that your Wing Chun fist is the fastest. What Kwai Bu pull. Let's see whose fists are the fastest. Yours or mine? San Fun Joe. If you laugh, by then, what fun Guani?
The story opens in 1959 with a familiar figure, Ip Man practicing his techniques on a wooden dummy as a moth gently flutters and lands on the dummy. The subtitles explain that his elder son, Ip Chun, has returned to Foshan to study, leaving him with his younger son Ip Ching and his wife, Chung Wing Sing in Hong Kong. A young Bruce Lee visits Ip and asks to become one of his students. Bruce Lee showcases his speed and bold charisma, asking to be trained by the Grandmaster himself. But Ip, always composed, simply says he should come back later. Meanwhile, Ip Ching gets into a fight at school with a boy named Chung Feng. Both boys are bruised, and their parents are called in to solve the matter. The Ip family extends an invitation to Chung for dinner as a gesture of peace. There, Ip witnesses something unexpected, Chung Feng demonstrating basic Wing Chun. When asked who taught him, the boy says that it is his father, Chung Tin Chi. Chung shows up to pick up his son shortly after. Chung Feng is very poor, and his father pulls carts for a living. Chung participates in black market boxing matches, consistently winning. The organizer, Ma King Sang, is a violent triad boss working for a foreign developer named Frank. Their plan: tear down the local school and take the land where Ip Ching and Chung Feng study. Ma is told to finish it in 2 weeks, even if it means using force, instead of the month he asked for. The next day, when Ip goes to pick up his son from school, he witnesses Ma and his men coercing and beating the headmaster, who refuses to sell them the school. But Ip Man isn't one to stand by. He steps in. Ip is forced to let Ma go when a teacher is held at knife point. Ip seeks help from Sergeant Po, a close friend of his and a local police detective. Po agrees to help Ip but claims a shortage of manpower and influence. Ip then agrees to guard the school alongside his students. That night, Ma's gang attacks the school. Ma's gang continues to attack Ip Man and his students, and they're quickly outnumbered. They set fire to a few classrooms and abducted the headmaster. Chung, who happens to pass by, helps fight off the invaders. After rescuing the headmaster, Chung Tin Chi's skills impress Ip, and Ip thanks him for his help. Tin Ngo San, a local martial arts master and Ma's former mentor, is enraged by Ma's unscrupulous acts, and, accompanied by Ip, confronts Ma at the Hong Kong shipyard and slaps him in front of his men. Ma retaliates with a hidden knife, but Ip is able to stop him from nearly stabbing Tin and again restrains him. Officer Po arrives and keeps the situation at bay, and Ip eventually lets Ma go to de-escalate the situation. Humiliated, Ma finds Chung Tin Chi and offers him a job, to get revenge against Tin on his behalf. Desperate for money to open his own martial arts school, Chung accepts the offer. Meanwhile, Ip Man's wife, Wing Sing, finds out that she is diagnosed with stomach cancer. Chung, whose face is hidden with a bandana, finds Tin in his umbrella shop and proceeds to fight him. Tin ends up in the hospital with a broken arm. IP receives a call from the hospital and visits Tin. Upon learning that Tin did not call him, IP realizes that it was a setup by Ma to lure him away from the school so that his gang could kidnap some of the students, including IP Cheng and Xiang Feng. IP arrives at Ma's shipyard surrounded by Ma's men. Ma, who is holding IP Cheng at knife point, threatens to sell the kids off to slavery if the headmaster still refuses to surrender the school. Upon learning that his son was also kidnapped, Cheung Tin Chi arrives, picks him up, and promptly leaves, but after his son tells him that his friends are still there, he returns and fights alongside IP. Policemen led by Po come to arrest the gang, while Ma flees. Frank fires Ma after the incident, replacing him with a proficient Thai boxer to go after IP. Returning home, IP is told by Wing Sing about her condition and that she may only live for 6 more months. While taking Wing Sing to the clinic, IP is attacked by a brutal Thai boxer. Po later tells IP about Frank, who wants to eliminate IP at all costs for obstructing his plans. IP decides to confront Frank in his office. Frank challenges IP to a 3-minute fight. If IP can withstand his fists for 3 minutes, he will leave the school, IP, and his family alone, a challenge that IP accepts. Just as both are about to launch a decisive blow on each other, the 3 minutes had passed. IP leaves the office, and Frank keeps his promise, seemingly impressed. Cheung Tin Chi, with the money he obtained from Ma earlier, opens his martial arts school and claims that his Wing Chun is genuine while IP's isn't. Cheung proceeds to defeat a number of martial arts masters and becomes famous in the news. Finally, He challenges IP to a battle that will decide who is the true Grandmaster of Wing Chun. However, Ip Man doesn't show up on the day of the match, rather, he spends more time with his dying wife. He goes out dancing with Wing Sing after having been taught a few moves by Bruce Lee, whom IP finally accepts as a student. Ultimately, IP's failure to attend leads to the declaration of Chung Tin Chi as the winner. Wing Sing, despite being happy about IP's decision to accompany her, makes an appointment with Chung Tin Chi for another match on IP's behalf, as she knew that IP would have attended if not for her condition. Wing Sing accompanies IP to the fight. Chung Tin Chi's victory seems certain, but IP evades Chung Tin Chi's following hits with his hearing and counters Chung with a 1-inch punch, despite not being able to see. Defeated, Chung relinquishes his title as the Grandmaster of Wing Chun and chooses to destroy the banner that proclaimed him to be the Grandmaster. IP then remarks that the most important people in life are the ones closest to us and walks away. The epilogue reveals that Wing Sing passed away in 1960, and IP played a significant role in establishing Wing Chun's global recognition and leaving a lasting legacy. The Grandmaster may be gone, but his spirit remains in the heart of martial arts forever. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.